What can you tell us about the children that you met at the orphanage?
Well, presently there's about 350 children and young adults the orphanage serves. I'm going back for my 19th visit this summer. And so the children range in age from 2 to mid-20s, and I've seen many of them grow up and come and go. I sponsor some girls, and they were in kindergarten, and now they're in high school. The children mostly come from homes in which they've lost both parents to AIDS. In some cases, they may have a parent, but the parent is sick, or the parent is so poor that they can't provide for them. Occasionally, it's an abusive situation. So in Kenya, they have 3 distinctions of orphans. They have orphans that have no parents, and they're called total orphans. Then they have orphans who may have one parent or a living grandparent, but they can't take care of them. And then they have vulnerable children, and those are children who just live in situations in which no one can care for them appropriately, so they end up at the orphanage then.
Oh, okay. You'd mentioned that you've taken 19 trips down. What is it that you personally do while you're there?
When I go in the summer, I teach classes from baby class through class 8. Very different than what I do here. And I teach life skills classes, some physical education, and then I also teach I want to say arts and crafts, but the creative arts. Creative arts. So I get to do all the fun stuff. And they don't have anybody that does that. So when I'm there, you know, I have like a big bag I carry around with all kinds of art supplies. I feel like I'm Mary Poppins when I'm there. The other thing I do is I have a nonprofit organization, Stand Up for Grace. And we raise money, we've raised money for the last 5 years and send weekly donations to help buy food and water. So when I'm there, I also take over extra money that we've earned and use it to buy food, water, pay for medical expenses and that kind of thing.
Okay, do you bring anything back with you?
Yes, I do. I usually bring 2 to 3 suitcases full of handmade African items, and there's beaded jewelry that the children make when they're not in school, and I sell them as fundraisers. And we usually have several a year at Richland, and then I also have several other places too.
Do you have any of the fundraisers coming up in the next month? Or anything
No,
soon?
I think we're trying to have another fundraiser at Richland with the African items in April. We haven't chosen a day yet. And then on April 26th, we'll have our 5th annual Bellies for Bellies, which is a program that was started by a past Hope Club president who also teaches belly dancing and yoga here at Richland and some other places in town. And she organizes belly dancers from Central Illinois, and some of them come in from Arizona and California and give of their time to perform. And then we get some local children's groups that just do dancing and things like that, and drumming. And the profits that we make from that, we give half of that to Northeast Foundation to buy food for people locally, and then half of the money that we make goes to By Grace for food and water.
Oh, okay. What do you hope that the students get or take away from being a part of Hope Club?
Well, it's a humanitarian organization, and our international focus is on By Grace and helping the children there. But we also do a lot of projects here in town. We give money to some of the food pantries. We send Christmas gifts to soldiers overseas. We help with things like Boo at the Zoo. We've given money to Heifer, which buys food for other poor nations. Like they'll buy a village maybe in somewhere in South America, a flock of chickens or something like that. We just try to help out wherever we see there is a need. And what I hope students get from that is a recognition that we can't all get through this world by ourselves, and one person can make a huge difference, and a group of students can make a big difference. And that's what I think we all really need to be doing, is trying to help other people when we can, especially when we are privileged enough to live in the United States and have a lot of benefits here that other countries don't have.
Sounds like a great way to look at life and a great organization. Thank you for your time. For more information on the Richland Hope Club or the orphanage, you can go online to www.standupforgrace.org. When we come back, we'll have a night to remember and more.
Decisions about college can be overwhelming, so why not attend Richland Icon, Richland Community College's new information convention, for help? You'll learn about everything you need to know about attending college at Richland, how to apply, financial aid and scholarships, programs and classes, and best of all, you'll get to interact with faculty and advisors while they answer any questions you might have. We know that's a lot to take in, so come experience Icon on Thursday, March 27th from 5 to 7 p.m. in the Schilling Center. You could earn your chance to win a free tablet in time for summer or fall classes.
There's a lot of interesting things happening at the Children's Museum of Illinois here in Decatur. One recent event was A Night to Remember. Dominique Bates has the details.
It was an evening filled with kings, knights, and sword fighting. The Children's Museum of Illinois here in Decatur recently held an event called A Night to Remember, bringing the medieval times to life for those who attended. The event included a king knighting subjects, weapons and armor used by knights, sword fighting lessons, and a feast with drinks served in chalices. Elizabeth Merrill, a special events coordinator with the museum, thinks events like this truly benefit the community.
I think it's really great. Part of the role of the museum is to be an educational outlet for the community, and by doing this, we not only show what the museum has to offer in terms of our exhibits, but we get to show off our wonderful educators.
Events like A Night to Remember teach children about different subjects in a fun and interactive way. These events also allow opportunities for different organizations to showcase what they are doing. The Scoville Zoo brought their birds of prey to the event. Liz Marriage of Champaign Point Fencing Club believes that participating in these types of events has its benefits.
These are a really good opportunity to teach the community about fencing. And the kids really love it, so it's a good time for me.
The museum's employees and volunteers put a lot of work into coming up with ideas and planning these events. However, the children seem to be having a great time.
What'd you think of this today?
Good.
Good?
Yes.
Did you have fun?
Yes.
What was it like to get knighted by the king?
Fun.
Awesome.
And the parents appreciate it too.
It was very nice. It's good to do this, and glad that the museum has this. It's a very good activity for the kids.
For the Richland Report, I'm Dominique Bates.
Thanks, Dominique. From the Children's Museum of Illinois, this is Nicole Bateman, the museum's executive director, to tell us more about the museum. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So, from what we just saw, it looks like the night was a big success.
It was. Night to Remember is a tradition that we've started at the Children's Museum of Illinois. And we've had it for several years, but each year we try to add something just a little newer and exciting for the kids so that they keep coming back.
Could you give us a little bit of history about the museum?
Sure. The museum was started in 1990. It's a nonprofit organization, and we'll be celebrating our 25th birthday next year. It was first housed at the Rock Spring Nature Center, and then in 1995 they built the building that we're currently in on South Country Club Road next to Scoville Zoo. It's a big, beautiful 22,000 square foot building right next to the zoo.
Very cool. What are some of the more popular exhibits?
You know, we have several exhibits. Lucky's Climber is definitely, I think, the most noticeable. It's a two-story climber that starts on the first floor, and the children and adults can climb to the second floor. That one's very popular, but we're starting to add several new exhibits. We just finished completing Ready, Set, Build, which is a 700 square foot exhibit on our second floor. It's a permanent exhibit, and it features all sorts of things, everything from building and architecture to design and building basically from the ground up, and really getting kids to think about how things are made and how things work in the world.
Very cool. What's your favorite exhibit?
My favorite exhibit, you know, it kind of ranges. We do have a W Kids broadcast station there, so of course, you know, with the theme today, is very fun. Everybody loves to see themselves on camera. The kids love it. We also have a hospital exhibit, the St. Mary's Hospital exhibit. But I got to tell you, this new Ready, Set, Build exhibit is pretty awesome. So right now, I would definitely say that one's my favorite.
Awesome. Is it with Legos, or are there special pieces to build with?
We do. We have Legos on our smaller building tables outside of the room. We also have kinetic sand table, which is really neat. It's sand that kind of holds together. You got to come see it. But inside the room itself, then, we have a public work structure, a small workshop with a variety of tools kids can build with. And also we feature the Imagination Playground, which are these large, just think large foam tinker toys where kids can just let their imaginations run wild and build just really anything they can think of.
Sounds fun. How do you incorporate learning into all of this?
You know, children learn through play. That's how they learn best. And so everything we have at the museum is very hands-on. You know, you go to some museums and they're very heavy into content and reading and really don't like you to touch the stuff, but we're just the opposite here. So while it feels like free and exciting play to the kids, they really are learning a variety of social skills, cognitive skills, and a variety of other skills that obviously get them off on the right foot.
Sounds like a great time. Do you guys do birthday parties? Or?
We do have birthday parties, yes. We actually were just voted the #1 place to host a children's birthday party by the Herald and Review readers, I should say, so thank you for that. But we host birthday parties all year long. They are typically held on Saturdays and Sundays, and they range, you know, from $75 to $100. Our members do get special discounts, which is another thing we offer memberships to the museum, which are great opportunity for families to enjoy the museum all year long at a discounted rate.
Okay, do you have an age limit on these birthdays, or?
You know, we don't. Anybody from, really, we have 1-year-olds that celebrate their birthday parties there to 13, 15-year-olds, just a wide variety. I suppose if you're an adult and wanted to have a really fun birthday, that'd be a wonderful place to spend it as well.
Sounds great. I'll have to hold on to the phone number.
You should.
What are some of the coming events at the museum that you'd like to mention?
Sure. We have Family Science Sundays, which we have the second Sunday of each month, and we partner with Richland Community College on that. So the science professors, Jill Feinstein and her students, and then we'll have guest speakers, of course, throughout the year. But they come out, it's from 2 to 4, the second Sunday of each month, and it's free with your paid admission. So the topic varies from month to month, but it's always some sort of crazy, wacky, fun, hands-on science. And then we also have other events you can check out on our website, but one really special event that they've been doing for years that is just really fantastic is our Fairy Tale Ball. And it's April 10th, 11th, and 12th this year. It's from 6 to 8, and it is just, I would say, hands down the most magical night at the museum.
What happens? What makes it so magical?
Well, we roll out the red carpet, literally roll out the red carpet for all the little princesses and princes that come to visit. They make a very special festive craft. We have a fairy ball upstairs with a DJ and a photo booth, which is super fun, and then special treats throughout the night.
Sounds like a great time. Could you also tell me a little bit about Dueling Downtown?
Sure. Dueling Downtown is one of our 3 major fundraisers that we have each year. It's coming up on March 8th. It's at the Masonic Temple downtown. And if you've never been to a dueling piano show, you've got to check it out. Just Google or YouTube some videos from our previous shows, and I think you'll see what a great time it is. But it's our adults-only fundraiser. You do have to be 21 to attend, but your ticket price, which is $45 in advance, includes a dinner by Texas Roadhouse, 2 drink tickets, and a seat at the show. And then we also have a live auction during intermission with some really fantastic prizes, vacation homes in Colorado and Florida, a weekend getaway to Chicago, and also a night at the museum, a private party rental for you to bid on.
Very cool. Well, Nicole Bateman, thank you for joining us. For more information and future events, you can go to the Children's Museum of Illinois' website at www.cmofil.org. We want to thank Joe Bauer, Professor Pixie Fennessy, and Nicole Bateman. And from all of us here at the Richland Report, thank you for watching. I'm Tyler Robinson. Have a great night.